Bengals radio voice Dave Lapham. I forgot about the Carlos Dunlap tweet. Dave, I'll just take Carlos's words here and paraphrase. What's going on here with all these departures?
Yeah, the departures have been significant, no question, and that doesn't take into consideration the fact that coordinators have moved on to head coaching positions in the National Football League. Defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, you got Hugh Jackson, up in Cleveland. You got Jay Gruden in Washington. Last year, defensive coordinator Paul Gunther had a new coach at every position. Every position coach in the defensive side of the football was new. So they've gone through some transition time for sure, and not only players but coaches.
Look, every team reloads, Dave. Every team has transition, and no year is like the year before. Are you concerned, though, with the amount of departures and the lack of continuity the last 2 years?
Well, the departures, I think, in some cases they expected, other cases they necessarily didn't. But what they don't do is go out and early in free agency and overpay for talent. They'd rather collect compensatory picks. They've got 4 in this year's draft, giving them 11 picks, tied with Cleveland for the most picks in the draft. They're going to get some compensatory picks for Whitworth and Zeitler and Echo and all these guys they lost, and they value those. Their philosophy has been draft, develop, and retain if possible, and more along the lines of what teams like the Green Bay Packers have done. And they've had some success with it, so they feel like that's the best method for them to build and develop their team.
All right, well, let's talk draft here. They have 10 picks in the draft, including number 9. What do you think they're doing at 9, Dave?
I think they're going to go pass rusher if there's one on the board that gives them that value. But if their board says at number 9, the next best pass rusher they have valued at number 14 or 15, they may go to the next best receiver if he's in the top 9 on their board. They've done a good job of rating players 1 through 50 based on what they do offensively and defensively, and pick players accordingly.
Dave Lapham, radio voice, along with the great Dan Hoard, who happened to go to Syracuse on the Cincinnati Bengals radio network. I'm sure he's never reminded you of that. Dave, it's always a pleasure. Good to talk to you, sir. Enjoy the offseason. Talk soon.